Our today theory lecture is about visualization and radiometric operations in different geographical operations. Visualization is basically related to our eye, that what we see in any GIS or ArcMap software, what we see in any satellite image is basically the color combination, contrast, hue, brightness, saturation. So these are related to visualization. If some person is any person is facing some color blindness, then he could not be able to visualize the satellite images or colors. So if some have the difficulty, and color perception concerns our ability to identify and distinguish the colors. If someone is facing eyesight problem or any problem, then he can visualize the satellite images with best visualization using some changes in brightness, contrast, hue, saturation. So human eyes have cones. We have cones, light sensitive receptors in our eyes, and with help of cones we are able to visualize and differentiate the colors. So that send the signals to the brain. So we have cones. We receive any light, and our cones, our high sensitive receptors send signal to our brain when they hit by photons or any light that correspond to different wavelength. Like we see red wavelength, we see blue wavelength, green, or any visible color. So there are different kinds of cones responding to blue, green, and red lights. For example, here we have eye sensitivity, and in our eye sensitivity we have three different type of receptors: blue, green, and red. These receptors send signal to our brain and give us color sensations. In addition to cones, we have rods in our eyes which sense brightness. So in human eyes we have two things. We have cones in our eyes and we have rods. Cones help us to differentiate the colors, and rods help us to sense the brightness. While in the animals they have only rods, they do not have cones in their eyes, so they cannot be able to distinguish the colors or visualize the colors. The rods can operate with less light than the cones because they are related to sense the brightness only and do not contribute to color vision. So for color vision, individual person should have perfect cones in his eye, in his or her eye, so that he or she could be able to visualize the colors with best efficiency. You can see here we have different types of wavelength, and blue, green, and red. So our eye is more sensitive to a blue wavelength. You can see the reflectance of blue is more than green and red. So human eye is more sensitive to blue wavelength, and visualization works on tri-stimuli phenomena, the development of colors on our mobile screen, TV screen, or any monitor. So color television screens and computer monitors are composed of large number of small dots. We can assume these dots are as dots per inch. So arranged in regular pattern, arranged in grids. At normal viewing distance from screen, we cannot distinguish the individual dots. So there are electron guns for red, green, and blue in our mobile screen. So these red, green, and blue electron guns fire the brightness. If there are more reflectance from red band, it means the red electron gun is firing more reflectance as compared to green and blue. So we perceive the color as red. So with respect to percentage of red, green, and blue, different colors are produced. Even more than 10,000 colors are produced with the combination of these three bands. The percentage reflection of these three bands. The number of electrons fired by these guns at a certain position on the screen determine the amount of red, blue, or green portion or light emitted from that position. So color space, basically it works on the tri-stimuli model. So what is the tri-stimuli model? So these are the three tri-stimuli models. The first model is red, green, blue. So these three models are basically used, also used in different type of satellite imagery, in different types of mobiles, laptop, TV. First model is red, green, blue space, which is based on additive principles of colors. Additive principle mean the overlapping or percentage reflection of red, green and blue colors. Second one is intensity, hue and saturation, which best fit the perception of colors, that how perfectly we perceive the colors. And the third one is yellow, magenta and cyan space, which is based on subtractive principles. So the first model is red, blue and green model. We can see at this point that here we have red, here we have blue and here we have green. If equal percentage of green and red combined, then yellow color produces. If equal percentage, you can see the percent cover area of red and green is equal at this point. So here we will get yellow color. And if equal percentage of green, blue and green color mixes occurs, then it means there will be a color, cyan color. If equal percentage of green, red and blue combine, then we get white color. You can see at this point all these three circles have equal percent cover area at this white portion. So when we have equal percentage of 33 point something percent of blue, green and red, then we will get a white color. So vice versa, if we use these three colors, I mean to say cyan color, magenta color and yellow color. So here we have secondary model. Here we have subtractive color scheme. You can see B image is subtractive color. So this is the additive color scheme. Additive color scheme is attained by using three primary colors, red, green and blue. So these are these three secondary colors which are used as subtractive color scheme. What are the secondary colors? Yellow, magenta and cyan. So when we have equal percentage of magenta and cyan color, we get dark blue color. I mean to say, when we use subtractive color, secondary color, then we can also get the result as primary colors. And if we get equal percentage of yellow and magenta, then we get red color. And if we get equal percentage of cyan and yellow, we get blue color. And if we get equal percentage of all these three basic colors, I mean to say cyan, yellow and magenta, we get dark black color. So this is the primary model, RGB model, and this is the subtractive mean, this is secondary model. So in previous slide, here is its complete explanation. You can see the visualization here. In next slide it is zoomed, so we will see only this portion. So what was the primary model? We have to understand this model in three-dimensional space, like you see the things around you, like you see doors, you see persons in front of you, you see any mechanical thing like tractor. So at that place you are getting the reflection of light with respect to space. So with respect to space, mean we will start from this point. Here we have origin, here we have green color, primary color, it is in Z direction, you can say it is in Y direction, sorry. And here we have red, it is in X direction, and here we have blue, it is blue direction, Y direction. So all these three directions are perpendicular to each other. Red is perpendicular to blue, so this line is 90 degree with respect to this line. Red is perpendicular to green and green is perpendicular to blue. So what happens at this point, we have their values 0, 0 and 0. I mean to say it is reflection. 0, 0 and 0 mean 0%. So you will see nothing. Like in the night you see only dark areas because there is no reflection from green, there is no reflection from red, and there is no reflection from blue band. We see nothing in front of us unless we use mobile torch or any artificial source of light to see some objects. So when you go in this direction, y direction, up to this point, this is z direction and this is x direction. When you are moving at this line, it means that you are getting only reflection in green. At this point, the reflection is 100%. You will observe the darkest green point, which is not practically possible due to energy interaction with Earth's surface, energy interaction in atmosphere, and you also know the efficiency cannot be obtained as 100%. So we see the green, dark possible green as 80%, 70%. So if you are moving at this point, you will see red color, and if you are moving on this point, you will see blue color. So what happens if you move in this direction? If we will move in this direction, it means red will be 0. Only red will be 0, but there will be reflection in blue and there will be reflection in green. So if it is, the line is moving at 45 degree, you can see this point, and we can visualize that what happens when green and blue mixes, blue and green, we get cyan color. And we will see if equal percentage, I mean to say line is moving at 45 degree, then we will get as cyan color. So this secondary color will be produced with help of primary colors. So what happens if we move at 45 degree between green and red, we will get yellow color. You can see red and green, we will get as yellow color. And what will happen if we go at this point, at this 45 degree, we will get red and blue color with equal percentage, and there will be color as magenta. So, and what is opposite to this side? If it is a diagonal, so from this point, the diagonal distance up to this point, there will be white. What white represents and what black represents? White represents the percentage reflectances and black represents the percentage reflectances. White means we will observe maximum percentage of every object. For example, we can see when white color is produced when we have green equal percentage, blue equal percentage, and red equal percentage. For example, we say 10% is energy losses, radiation losses in atmosphere, then there will be 90% energy. 30% reflection is from green, 30% is from blue, and 30% is from red. I mean to say when we have equal percentage, then you can see in this tri-stimuli model, like when white point, we will get white point, like white point with respect to black point. You can see white point covers direction in distance in 3 direction, like white point is parallel to red, like this one. White point is parallel to red, white point is also parallel to blue in other direction, and white point is also parallel to green in this upper direction. You can consider it as a complete box. So when you are moving from this point to this point, initially we were discussing that if we get line from black to yellow, then it means we are moving in 2 dimensions. When we are moving from black to magenta, we are also moving in 2 dimensions, in this dimension and in this dimension. When we are moving to cyan point, then we are also moving in 2 directions with respect to blue and with respect to green. Now when we have to move from black point to this Y point, then it means we are moving in 3 dimensions. We are covering equal distance of red, equal distance of blue, and equal distance of green. I mean to say when we get equal percentage difference, difference or reflection of all these 3 bands, then we will get a white color. Similarly, White color represents the origin of magenta, cyan and yellow. You can see vice versa, like in this. When there is equal percentage of magenta and cyan, we get blue. You can see here we have magenta and we have cyan. So when we have equal percentage, we will get as blue. When we have magenta and yellow, when there will be equal percentage, we will get as primary color red. So this was the model A and B. Next we have visualization, second model, intensity, hue and saturation. So intensity represents the color space that describe color is dark or light. It is represented with respect to 0 and 1. And hue mean the quantity of degree in colors. And second one is saturation. It gives us the purity, the percentage purity of colors, that it is vivid or it is dull. So here we have model of intensity, hue and saturation with respect to our previous RGB model. This model is presented in this way. We can see at this slide, like here we have now RGB model in a hexagon. We can see green and blue. Equal percentage of green and blue will result in cyan. Equal percentage of green and red will result in yellow. Equal percentage of red and blue will result in magenta color. So here we have our RGB model. So first one is intensity. Intensity is from here on y-axis, from 0 to 1. It means when intensity will be 40%, we will see dark. We will see dark colors. I mean to say differentiation will be little bit difficult. And we will, when we get intensity 80%, then it will be highly bright, then our differentiation will also be difficult. So when we have differentiation perfection at 50%, 0.5, I mean to say when we will be on this model, the differentiation of colors will be highly accurate. And if we are below this point, I mean to say if intensity is less than 0.5, then the colors will be dark. If intensity is more than 0.5, color will be light, and differentiation will be difficult in both these cases. Differentiation will be only possible when colors depth or intensity will be optimum. The second one is hue. Hue represents the quantity of color. For example, angle. If angle is 90 degree, from this point angle is 90 degree, it means you are at this point. You will get the mixture of green and yellow color. It will be a yellowish green color. If angle is 270, then you are at this point. So hue represents the angle or quantity, that what color it represents. Then you have color with respect to blue and magenta. The third one is saturation. This is the saturation. If saturation is more, you will get the visualization better. So here we have saturation. If this model is, if saturation is less, for example from this point to this point, the hexagon will be contracted and it will be difficult to differentiate the colors with the help of smaller wavelength. Then you have to study in detail or in depth or in high quality images. So we have converted this RGB model to IHS model. So for conversion, we will get intensity is equal to reflection in red, reflection in green plus reflection in blue divided by 3 divided by 255. We will get the intensity value from 0 to 1. So these are the digital number from 0 to 255. There are 256 digital number, 0 is counted as 1. So third one is image display. When you display the image, there are two things. You see the brightness, like dark point, bright point, that is only the digital number, that is only reflection. That brightness will be ranged from 0 to 255. But there is another thing which is pixel value, that will be different. For example, if we have rainfall value of 0 millimeter to 900 millimeter, so 0 millimeter will have digital number 0 and 900 millimeter will have digital number 255. So all these interpolation values will be interpolated with respect to digital number. So here we have image display and here we have image display techniques. Here we have visualization and image display techniques. So image display techniques, there are 4 types of image display techniques. The first one is grayscale image. Here we have grayscale images. For example, a single band cannot represent colors. It is a universal principle that when you are going to display only red band, it will be black and white. When you are going to represent the blue band, it will be black and white. So individual image, I mean to say grayscale images or individual band will represent black and white portions. So color produces when you have combination of more than 2 or 3 bands. Here we have natural color composite image. In natural color composite image, all the 3 band red, blue, green will be added, and each color of each ground feature will be represented as true colors. You can see here we have natural color composite. The colors which we see on ground will be similarly represented in that satellite imagery. But that is not applicable to visualize properly. Here you can see the vegetation have different colors. I can zoom it. There are different vegetation colors. We have dark vegetation, we have light vegetation. Here we have yellowish color and different type of soil, different type of buildings. So we apply pseudo natural color, and pseudo natural color we enhance little bit the color combination. We use the band number. Here we were using the band number 3, 2, 1, 3 red, 2 green and 1. And here in pseudo we use 3, 5 and 2. We use 3, 5 and 2. I mean to say red, green and instead of blue we use near infrared to enhance the vegetative color. You can see the vegetative color, the green color is enhanced. And here we have red color. It is called as false color composite. Here we use at 4, 3 and 2. We use 4 band number 5. Instead of band number 5 we use band number 4. So we give the red color to vegetation. So these are different image visualization techniques. Pixel value will not be changed, only visualization will be changed. Your eye perception will be increased to visualize and differentiate and identify the colors. So radiometric corrections, these corrections can be used to make some better fit for information extractions, like correction of data for imperfection of sensor. Sensor often use several detectors, and if detectors are changed and are not functioning properly, then you can use the corrections. And correcting data sense with respect to atmospheric disturbances, like latitude, higher altitude, we have clouds, we have brightness, we have shadows, we have different image enhancement can be used that are better suited for visual interpretation. Like sun elevation correction, you can use sun elevation correction because in mountainous areas or there can be shadows. We have some shadows and we have differences in elevations, we can also correct. Here's correction, that is atmospheric scattering happens, like we get blue color, red color in atmosphere. The energy interaction with atmosphere and the sky radiance, we can use the haze correction, removing this effect from raw data. And black body reflectance, we can also clear deep clear water. We can use NIR or infrared band to detect the clear water. Similarly, elementary image process, we can also perform elementary image processing techniques. There are 2 categories, like enhance the image or histogram and filtering. That we use histogram operations and filters, special filters to enhance the image visualization. And histogram operation aim at global contrast enhancement, while filter operation aims at enhancing brightness, edges and suppressing the unwanted image detail. So what we want, we can get using filter operations. And histogram operation look at pixels without considering where they are in the image and assign a new value to the pixel, and in their lookup table, and their brightness or their contrast is increased like in this way. Here we have original image, and here we have edge enhancement, and here we have similarly image filtering. So you can see this is more bright image. We can see finer details. We can get finer details in these portions, and here we have lower details, here we have lower details, here we have image little bit blur. It is clear, it is also clear.